So we're going to pick up on section 1.5. I've started. You should have your notes out. Get your notes out. You don't need to say anything to me. All you need to do is get your notes out. There's no reason to say anything to me. Just get your notes out. Okay, let's talk about a word that you've seen before since you've been a little kid. You've seen this, but not in terms of geometry. Oops, got to do this. There we go. All right, so let's say, put A right here. Let's put B right here. Let's put C on the end. So if we have a situation like this, let's talk about point B. The word is between. And you think, well, that's kind of weird. Everybody knows what it means to be between something. So the word between is just illustrated right here. If I have a line segment, I got endpoints, I got an A and a B. You could do this on a line as well. But this one, we're on a line segment. This point B, if I wanted to say it's between, what would you say it's between? It's between A and C, right. Does it mean that it's in the middle? My other class said, somebody said, that means it's in the middle. No, it doesn't mean it's in the middle. Now, we are going to talk a little bit later about something being in the middle, but right now, this does not mean it's in the middle. Basically, it means this. If I took AB, now, what does this specifically mean when I put AB next to each other and no line thing over top of it? We talked about this last period, or the last time we had class. Well, it's not just a segment, because line segment would be that. It's more specific than just line segment. Look in your notes. It should say something. It means something specific. Nobody's looking? Nobody found it? What does it mean? What does AB next to each other with no line over top of it, what does that mean? It means the length of, right. It means the length of line segment AB. The length of, right? So when there's no symbol over top of it, now listen carefully, because we're going to run into this a lot. When it just says AB, it means the length of the line segment. Now, I don't know the length of the line segments. Let's just say I did. Let's say that the length of AB was, 2. And let's say the length of BC was, what do you think that is? Maybe like 6 or something like that, okay? So when I just say find AB, and that's all it says. If I said find AB, what does it mean? It means find the length of line segment AB. So they told you in this picture what the length of line segment AB is. So look at it. What's the line segment of AB? It's 2, exactly. So what if they said find the length of line segment BC?
6.
So if they said find the length of BC.
It's not like this, serious.
It's a 6. I said it was a 6 when I wrote it. So if I asked you to find the length of line segment BC, that would be 6. All right, that's pretty easy. So the length of AB is 2. The length of BC is 6. Now, this is what we're getting at right here. What if I said find the length, or just, if I just said find AC? That's all I said. I don't put the word length in there. I don't put a line segment symbol on top. So everybody look up here. I wish you could understand why you don't understand some things that we go over. It's because I'm looking out and I got 3 or 4 of you just talking to each other, not paying any attention. When we went over the review for that quiz, I saw the same thing, and you're talking while I'm talking. I saw the exact same thing, and you guys are asking me questions that I had gone over like 3 minutes before, and I went over exactly how to write stuff, but you're not listening. And people around you that are trying to listen are having a hard time listening because you got several people talking. So let's try it now. Let's try to just sit and pay attention and write this stuff down, and let's think. When I ask you some of these questions, let's think about it. So here's the question. I want you to find the length of AC. All right, that's what I'm asking you to find. That's what it means when there's no symbol over top of it, the length of AC. Well, I know AB and I know BC. What in the world is AC going to be? It's going to be 8, right? You just add them up, right? This one plus this one equals the whole thing. It's like if you had 2 pens, right? Now these are pretty much the same length, but pretend they're different, okay? Listen, pretend they're a little different. So pretend the length of this is 2 and pretend the length of this one is 6. If I put them next to each other like this, then what's the length of the whole entire thing? It's 8 because you add them up. 2 plus 6 is 8. So that's what's going on right here. I'm taking this slow because I know from past experience that people have a hard time catching on to this. So I want to make sure you know what's going on. Is this a serious question? You're not going to the bathroom.
Nah, I need some tissue. I'm sick. Why? Because my education is important.
Sure it is. All right. So AC would be 8. Let's just keep going. Where are you going? That's a tissue.
You don't got none.
I got a paper towel over there. All right. Anyway, that's what between means. Watch. We're going to get a little more involved. So hopefully you're paying attention to that. Hopefully this little comedy hour you think you're doing is working out for you when you do this, when you do these problems. Because somehow I don't think it's going to be so helpful. You're really not that funny, really. Yeah, see, that's idiotic. It is. It really is. Okay, I'll be the first to say it.
What's that? Oh, I can't even learn even when I think that's 6x minus 1.
Well, you're stopping other people from learning. Okay, is what you're doing. So here's the thing.
Is that 10 or is that 1B? That's 6x minus 1. Oh, that's 1. I don't know if that's 20 or 4.
All right, here's the question. It says find AB and find BC. Now, if that's all they told you to do, you wouldn't be able to solve this. You wouldn't be able to find the actual length of that.
Why not?
Until they tell you this. They tell you that AC is 75. You're right. You wouldn't be able to find AB because you don't know what X is. That's a good point. You wouldn't be able to find BC because you don't know what X is. But they do tell you the whole thing. They do tell you this whole thing is 75. So just like we did over here. Remember what we did? We did the 2 plus 6 equals the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of like this. All right, so we just add the two segments together and set it equal to 75. So let's do that. This is the first time that we've really done any real math in here, any real algebra. This is definitely not the last time. It's the first of many, many, many times. So here we go. Let's add up the two segments. So I've got 6x minus 1. So what are we going to do with this and with this? Jamarian, go to the nurse, okay? If it's that bad, go to the nurse. Go. No, just go to the nurse. I'll check with her to see if you're there. If she's not there, just sit and wait for her. Go.
You're back to Marianne.
You can watch the video tonight if you need to. Go.
Good job. I didn't do
All right, let's try to finish this up. So we're going to take this 6x minus 1. What are we going to do with this 5x plus 10 with this? We're going to add them up. Now, what do these two things equal? What are these two things going to equal? So if I add this section and I add this section, what do they add up to be? 75, right, because they told you. They told you that AC is 75. So that's 75. So that's what you have to know how to do. You got to know, that's the geometry. Right? Now, you're not finished, but that's the geometry to this. You take this segment plus this segment, and it equals the whole entire segment. That's what we're doing today. Now, let's go through this quickly, and because I got less than a minute left. What we're going to do is going to do some algebra. We're going to solve for x. Once I solve for x, guys, we're not done. We're not done.
What you mean?
What do I mean? I mean that we're not finished. No, I'm the one that dismisses. The clock doesn't dismiss you. Bell doesn't dismiss you. I dismiss you. So here we go. 6x plus 5x is 11x. Negative 1 plus 10 is positive 9. And that equals 75. We're not leaving until we finish this problem. So minus 9 from both sides. You should know this from your algebra. 75 minus 9 is 66. Divide both sides by 11. So x is equal to 6. It's not my answer, though.
6 times 11.
So what we have to do is we got to take this, plug it back in for here. So this is going to be, don't leave. I didn't dismiss you. So it's 6 times 6, because x is 6 minus 1. Let's do that in our head. What's 6 times 6? 36 minus 1 is 35. So if the whole thing is 75 and this is 35, what is it from B to C? It's 40. It's 75 minus 35, which is 40. So this is your answer, and that's your answer right there. You can go.